Kyler Murray is talking about, and I don't like how he's doing that. I think he should keep some things privately, but it tells me he doesn't care about his head coach. And he's putting everything on the head coach, basically saying
Kyler Murray don't care about nobody but Kyler Murray.
The Arizona Cardinals. They're like the name brand version of the Dallas Cowboys. You think they're gonna make noise, and then they disappoint us. The Arizona Cardinals are having a very disappointing season. They're sitting at 4-8. Kyler Murray got paid, but he doesn't appear to be the number 1 overall draft pick when the Cardinals selected him. And it seems that Coach Cliff Kingsbury is a scapegoat and could possibly be let go at the end of the season. So that led to former Arizona Cardinal Patrick Peterson going on the podcast with former NFL cornerback Darren McFadden. And Patrick Peterson just came out and said Kyler Murray only cares about Kyler Murray. He only cares about himself. Shots fired. Now, Kyler Murray responded back on Twitter and said, "This isn't true. You're on some weird shit. You got my number. If you really felt like this big bro or mentor that you're supposed to call yourself, you're supposed to call me and not drag me so your podcast can grow." So Kyler felt betrayed by this, as any person would when a former teammate basically drags your name through the mud. It can be hurtful. You look as a sense of betrayal. So Kyler Murray's teammate DeAndre Hopkins responded, "You don't kick a man when he's down." Now, Pat Peterson did spend 10 years with Arizona. He knows that organization inside out. He was also teammates with Kyler Murray for 2 years. So to hear ex-teammates say this, some people are going to believe Patrick Peterson because he's not just some media analyst who they're just speculating or they're going off sources. Pat Peterson was in a locker room with Kyler Murray. They went to battle. They shared wins. They shared losses together. So you will look at Pat Peterson's comments have some kind of credit to it. Now, Pat Peterson, he seemed to be on some ex-girlfriend type of shit and bashing his former organization, even though he's moved on. And Pat Peterson has not been the same all-pro player that he once was ever since he got suspended in 2019. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Now, unfortunately for us, the Vikings and the Cardinals already played each other. And even though Pat Peterson and Kyle Murray did not have great games, they had decent games, Pat Peterson got the W. But a key moment in this game was Harrison Smith got an interception. And when a defensive player gets an interception, the whole defense like to follow him to the end zone. They'll do a pose or whatever. And the Vikings all did celebrations. But if you look at number 7, Pat Peterson, he is doing the headset and controller in his hand video games. And that is the universal signal or celebration or mimic for Call of Duty. And of course, it was a shot at Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray is an avid gamer. And when Arizona gave him that contract extension, there were some clauses in there, such as he has to watch game film for at least 4 hours a day. And that confused me. How would you know if you watch game film? Are you going to have a babysitter come in, sit down at the table with him, watching game film like, a mom with their son doing homework? How would you know if he watched game film or not? But this reminds me of the Jamarcus Russell story in which, the offensive coordinator gave him some tapes, told him, see which one you like, let me know the next day. And Jamarcus Russell said, I like all the tapes, I like all the plays, but the tapes was blank. So they knew that he was an 18 player, and that was the downfall of Jamarcus Russell. That was the beginning of the end for him, his career. Now, Pat Peterson may have a point, but my question to him is, why didn't he say this last year when they lost to Arizona 34-33 And when his team finished 8-9. But now, because you guys are the odds-on favorites to win the Super Bowl, you guys are on top. Now you want to bash Kyler Murray, going back to what D-Hop said, kick a man while he's down. It kind of reminds me of the ex-boyfriend syndrome, where a girl leaves a guy, finds a new guy who treats her a lot better, but instead of her focusing on that guy to better their relationship and leave that in the past, she got to remind the ex-boyfriend how bad he was and how good she has it now, as opposed to when she had it when she was with him. But here's where the hypocrite come out. I can't talk. Here is where the hypocrisy. There we go. All right. Pat Peterson complimented Kyler Murray before, and he praised the Cardinals for drafting him. And now you got this to say. So, was you lying then, or are you lying now? Is Kyler Murray the future of the franchise, or is he don't care about himself? Which one is it? But if you ask me, this is one of those situations where even though you might think something is true, you don't have to voice it. And I just hope that they can move on for this. Thanks, guys, for listening. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.